Welcome to Backyard Philosophy, a podcast where a couple friends grab some cold ones, sit around the fire, and talk about science, philosophy, and history. Crack one open, sit back, and get a good laugh as we discuss everything from automation to why the meaning of life is 42. We all know, given enough time, water will erode the mightiest mountains to pebbles. And apparently, birds think they can do the same to skyscrapers. Today, I'm going to tell you the ongoing war between buildings and birds. But before we get into it, Nick, how are you and what are you drinking?
I'm doing pretty good. I just got some Gatorade here. How about you? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking some 9 branded bourbon, and it's very quickly running out. For the most part, most of us have seen a bird fly into a window, hearing that loud thud, and sometimes the bird flies away, sometimes it doesn't. But this event, which I don't even know if you can call it event, which most of us would chalk up to, is an uncommon event, but it's quickly becoming a real issue. Birds, by huge numbers, are flying into windows, mainly skyscrapers, and by huge numbers, I do mean huge numbers. On average, nearly 1 billion, billion with a B, 1 billion birds die from crashing into windows in the United States alone. That's not counting how many hit the windows. That's just simply, or how many become injured by running into the windows, nor does it count the rest of the world's bird population crashing into buildings. It only counts to the amount of birds killed by running into the windows in the United States. This is happening at such a scale that it's now an issue, and because a large majority of the birds crashing into the windows are migrating birds, as Annette Prince, director of the Chicago Bird Collision Monitors, put it, it's unfortunate that birds we find here in the spring have made it all the way from South America, almost to their nesting grounds in Wisconsin, and then they hit a window. I can't even imagine traveling thousands of miles through desert, through storms, through feast and famine, only to be undone because of a window. And the birds are not just striking windows during migration. They are hitting them year-round. Daniel Kem Jr., an ornithologist, says about 5% of the bird population dies after breeding season across the entire United States solely due to windows. It is the largest effect on the bird population besides habitat loss and cats. 5% of a population is getting wiped out because of Windex and windows being too clear.
Luckily, my house is not part of the problem.
Most of the collisions are happening in night or low light times throughout the day, making it hard to identify if that's a patch of sky or a 1,000-story building in front of me. Kind of hard to tell when your brain's the size of a walnut. Also, this is kind of disturbing and messed up, but figured it's worth to say, the birds are hitting the windows so hard that often the birds that are found with broken beaks. So, why is this happening? Well, like I said, birds do not have the largest brains in the animal kingdom, and from an evolutionary development, they never had to deal with clear, solid surfaces until humans came along. The buildings, which are getting taller and taller with each development, have more space to take up, which the birds have not come accustomed to. No longer able to cruise at certain altitudes because the peaks of buildings are in the way. When darting away from predators, turning left might mean going into a mirror rather than an open space, or coasting in the clouds and not be able to see that far ahead of you, and all of a sudden you find yourself face to face with a building. All these are factors to play now for the bird's life. Another factor to consider is how many windows the birds are breaking. I could not find a figure of the annual cost in the United States of how many windows are cracked because a billion birds are flying into them. But so many birds are dying, and also it's because it's costing cities so much money. Bills and propositions are starting to get proposed on new ordinance to prevent the death of birds by skyscrapers. Something I never thought I would say, but it makes sense. Boston, Chicago, New York City, keeps going on. Cities are trying to write laws and legislative to stop birds from crashing into buildings. So one of the ways that has been proposed is stickers. By putting stickers on the window to help the birds identify, hey, this is an object. not a wide open area.
This sticker is dangerous and inconvenient, but I sure do love birds.
You're a bird watcher, Nick, through and through. Which, come on, people. I think we need some better ideas than stickers. But then again, sometimes the simplest idea is the best idea.
I just imagine everyone in like a board meeting. We have to figure out this bird problem. And some little 4-year-old's like, I have stickers. Shit, she might be onto something.
Yeah, we're going to put stickers on a 30 floor building, and that's what, maybe 15 buildings across. Oh, that's just so many windows.
Do you know how
many windows?
Love to ask a 4-year-old how many Frozen stickers you could fit on that building.
This is a little off topic, but I'm wondering if a window washer has ever been hit by a bird. Like, they're going up and down that all the time consistently, and there's that many birds crashing into windows. Some window washer guys have had to probably come pretty close to getting hit by a bird.
Well, maybe the bird hit above them and fell on them, or they just got close to a nest on the top of a building and the bird attacked them.
Yeah, all possibilities.
Everyone's been attacked by birds, haven't they?
I don't think I've ever been attacked by a bird, Nick. I think that's just a you thing.
I feel like it's pretty common. You get
quickly defending myself. But getting back on topic, in Philadelphia, which has a lot of birds die from crashing into buildings, is starting a new voluntary program called Lights Out Philly, which is asking business owners to turn off their lights between midnight and 6 a.m. I think this is very important to point out. On October 2nd, 2020, in Philadelphia, an estimated 1,000 birds collided with a building in buildings in a 3.5 square block area in just one day. In a 3.5 square area, they had 1,000 birds collide with buildings in just one day. That's something. Oh, I think this is also comparative and important to note. I don't know. This is a little dark, but I find it kind of funny. And I don't know when I'll ever be able to bring this information up in a conversation. But wind turbines are also killing birds in record numbers. In the United States, between 200,000 and 350,000 birds are killed by wind turbines each year. Wind turbines are killing as many as radio towers and wind turbines are killing as many as radio towers or even by cars. And I did not know wind turbines are killing hundreds of thousands of birds. And as more wind turbines get built, taller towers being constructed, more skyscrapers being made, more cities being created, this problem is only going to increase. And Nick, I guess the only solution I can come up with is maybe we stop making one-way mirrors or one-way windows so much, like blacked out mirrors or green mirrors or some object that's not clear so the birds can see. And that's pretty much the only idea I got besides the sticker idea, which I thought was pretty dumb and pretty clever at the same time.
I mean, that's probably the most sensible one, but I still like the Fig Newton sticker idea the best.
Hey, each building gets sponsors on how many stickers on the windows. But yeah, Nick, I wanted to get your opinion because I did not know this was an issue, and I was wondering if you knew this was an issue.
And I had no idea how many birds died from wind turbines or windows, either or.
There's just so many. There's 1 billion birds that die from skyscrapers and hundreds of thousands that die from wind turbines.
I mean, how many birds die by hitting other shit, I guess, is the question.
Well, if I remember correctly, this figure might be wrong. Cats are the number one killer besides habitat loss at 10 or 11 billion birds a year in the United States. So, yeah, maybe we just get some more cats in cities. Or we just put a giant cat face on buildings. Maybe that's the way we do it. But I don't really have any solutions for this. I just wanted to bring it up to note because I had no idea, and I somehow came across it, and I figured I'd share it with you and everyone else. That being said, maybe put some stickers on your windows, or maybe don't make your lobby look so appetizing for a bird to fly in and rest to, because you'll probably be saving a lot of people money. And if not, we don't figure out how to do this, I imagine a lot newer jobs are going to start about collecting dead birds. That being said, thank you all for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Backyard Philosophy Podcast. We rarely finish a podcast without missing a point we wanted to bring up, so let us know what we forgot. And if you have a topic you want us to talk about, let us know at Backyard Philosophy on Instagram